Yes. So let me ask you something. How do you usually start a conversation with Claude? Be honest. Is it something like explain machine learning or write me an email or help me with this? If that sounds familiar, you're getting maybe 20% of what Claude can actually do. And I don't mean that as a criticism. I mean it as an opportunity because the gap between how most people use Claude and how it can actually be used, it's enormous. I'm talking about difference between getting a generic, forgettable answers and getting something so good it stops in your tracks. The kind of output that makes you think and wait, did AI actually just write that? And the secret isn't a plugin. It's not a paid upgrade. It's not some hidden setting. It's the way you write your prompts. In this video, I'm going to give you a complete playbook, the golden formula, 6 techniques, 7 use cases, advanced moves to the top 1% use, common mistakes to avoid, 6 still this now templates. And by the end of this video, you will use Claude completely differently. So let us go. Problem. So here's something that might sting a little. Most people who think Claude isn't that impressive and haven't actually learned to use it, they have typed a few vague questions, gotten a few average answers, and concluded that AI is overhyped. And I get it because when you type help me with productivity, you get a listicle that sounds like it was written in 2017. When you type write me a marketing email, you get something so generic it could apply to any products on the planet. But here's what a power user does instead. They say act as a conversion copywriters who specializes in SaaS, write a cold email to head of marketing at a 50% startup. The goal is to book a 50-minute call. The tone should be direct and human, no corporate jargon, maximum 90 words, end with a specific low friction call to action. Same tool, completely different results. One prompt treats Claude like a vending machine, the other treat it like brilliant collaborator and gives it everything it needs to actually help. The average user gives Claude nothing and expect everything. The power user gives Claude context, constraint, and a clear role and get output that genuinely saves us. Good news, the switch from average to power users takes about 10 minutes to learn, and that is what the rest of the video is for. All right, here is the most important thing in this entire video. I called it as golden formula. 4 ingredients. Every great prompt has all four of them. Ingredient one, role. Tell Claude who it should be, not you are an assistant. Give it a specific, meaningful persona. Act as a brutally honest startup mentor who has built 3 companies from zero to acquisition. That one instruction changes the depth, the tone, the perspective of everything Claude produces. Ingredient 2, task. Be surgical. Tell Claude exactly what you need, not a vague category, not help with my email. Instead, write a follow up email to a client who went quiet after our proposal 3 weeks ago. Gently reopen the conversation without sounding desperate. Ingredient 3, context. This is ingredient most people skip entirely, and it is one that makes the biggest difference. Who is your audience? What is the goal? What does Claude need to understand about your situation? Paste the actual document, share the relevant background. Claude is only as smart as the information you give it. Ingredient 4, format. So tell Claude how you want the output to look, bullet points or prose. How long? Should it have headers? Does it need examples? A specific word count? Never leave format to chance. And here's what all four look like combined. Act as a brutally honest startup mentor. You have to write 3 bullet pitch for seed investor. My startup is a B2B SaaS tool that helps HR team reduce onboarding time by 60% under 150 words, no buzzword, end with a compelling question. That prompt takes 45 seconds to write. The output is genuinely impressive. That is a trade-off. Now let's go deeper with 6 specific techniques. These are the moves that separate people now who get okay results from people You get results they couldn't have produced by themselves. Technique one, be laser specific. I know we have said this, but it deserves its own slot because it's so consistently the biggest lever. Add audience, tone, purpose, and length to every single prompt. Vague in, vague out. It's the iron law of prompting. So technique two is show, just don't tell. If you want Claude to write a specific style, paste an example and say write like this. Claude is exceptional at pattern matching. You can upload your own writing and say match this voice, and the output will sound like you wrote it. Technique three, wear a costume. Role assignment is genuinely powerful. Act as a no nonsense CFO reviewing the business plan gives you a completely different response than act as a supportive business coach reviewing this plan. Same document, completely different lens. Then you have technique four, which is force the thinking. For anything complex, a business decision, the debugging problem, a nuance analysis, add the phrase, think through this step by step before giving me your final answer. This triggers deeper reasoning and dramatically reduces errors. Technique 5, never stop at draft 1. This is a mindset shift. Claude's first response is raw, raw material, not a finished product. The magic happens in the conversation after. Now cut this by half, make this opening line impossible to ignore, add a counter argument. Each iteration gets closer to brilliant. We have technique 6, constraint to elevate. Counterintuitively, giving Claude fewer options often produces better work. No buzzword, no filter phrases, maximum 100 words, 3 points only. Constraint, force, precision. So they are not limitations, they are sharpness. So let me make this real with three side by side comparisons. Same goal, completely different prompt quality, and see if you can feel the difference. First one, you can write down blog post, weak prompt, write about productivity, and that's it. What does a Claude do? It produces a perfectly forgettable article about making to-do list and waking up early. It's not wrong, it's just useless. Strong prompt, act as a productivity coach who work with busy founders, write a 5 tip listicle on deep work. Each tip needs one line action step, punchy, no fluffy, no generic advice, under 250 words. Now Claude has a persona, a task, a structure, a tone, a guideline, and a constraint and an audience. The output is something you would actually publish. Second one, you have explanation. So we have weak prompt, explain AI to me. You'll get a Wikipedia style oversize overview that tells you nothing useful. You have strong prompt. Explain large language model to my 60 years old dad who runs a bakery. Use an analogy involving bread or baking. 3 sentences maximum. End with why this technology matters to small business owners. That produces something memorable, specific, and genuinely helpful. Third one, code, weak prompt, fix my code. Claude has no idea what the code does, what's wrong, or what you expect. You have strong prompt. This Python function should return a sorted list of unique emails, but it returns duplicates. And here's the code. Fix the bug, explain in plain English what was wrong, and suggest one improvement for readability. Now Claude has everything it needs. The output is complete and educational. The rule, if you could answer your own prompt in 10 words, Claude will give you 10-word answer. Your input determines your output. Now let's talk about where Claude actually delivers the most value in real work. These are the 7 use cases where people consistently tell me it saves them the most time. Number one, you have to write and edit. So you can draft emails, LinkedIn post, report, proposal, client updates, then and this is a key. Don't stop at the first draft. Say make the opening more punchy. Say this feel too normal for this audience. The back and forth editing loop is where you go from decent to genuinely good. We have number two, which is summarizing. This might be the single highest ROI use case. Paste a 30-page report and a long article, a wall of meeting notes, ask for 5 bullets, key decision, action items, and anything surprising. You can consume a document in 2 minutes instead of 40. Number three, coding. Whether you are a developer or someone who just needs to write occasional scripts, Claude is like having a senior developer available 24 by 7. You have to write a new code, explain what code does in plain English, debug errors, or ask for a refactor. It works across every major language. Number four, strategy and brainstorming. When you need to think through a problem, Claude is an exceptional thinking partner. Ask it a steelman, an argument, ask for 10 different go to market angles, ask it for play devil's advocate on your business plan. It generates options faster than any team I have worked with. Number five, data analysis. Paste your numbers or describe your data set and ask what does this mean? What patterns do you see? Claude translates data into plain English observations. It won't replace a data analyst, but it will help you ask better questions. Number six, learning anything. This is my personal favorite. Ask Claude to teach you any topic at any level. Explain this like I am a complete beginner. Then go deeper on that second point. Then give me a quiz to test my understanding. It's an infinitely patient tutor. Number seven, format transformation. This is criminally underused. Turn bullet point into polished essay. Convert messy transcripts into structured blog post. Transform meeting notes into project brief, one source, infinite formats, and the transformation takes seconds. Okay, so you have got the fundamentals. Now let me share six advanced techniques that will take your results from good to legitimately impressive. Move one, chain your prompts. Move two, use XML tags. This sounds technical, but it's that simple. Wrap sections of your prompt in tags, open context, close context, open format, close format. Move 3, always ask for 3 versions. Move 4, ask Claude to self check. Move 5, mid chat coaching. And move 6, seed with real data. So this is biggest unlock. Don't describe your situation, show it, paste the actual email, upload the real document, share the actual numbers. Claude with your specific context beats generic Claude every single time. And the more real information you give, the more genuinely useful the output will be. And these are the mistakes that you avoid. Mistake one sentence very vague prompt. Help me with my email. या फिर mistake two, accepting draft one. I genuinely think this is the biggest thing holding people back. Mistake three, using Claude like Google. This is fundamental misunderstanding. Claude does not search live web. It reasons, it writes, it creates from training data. If you ask what are today's top news stories, you'll get something useful. But if you paste a news article and ask Claude to analyze it, and that is where it shines. Mistake 4, zero context. Mistake 5, stacking everything into one prompt. Write a blog post, then summarize it, then turn it into a LinkedIn post, then write 5 tweets, then suggest an email subject line. The quality degrades with every additional task, one focused task per prompt. And mistake 6, this one is genuinely important. Trusting Claude without verifying. Claude can produce incorrect information with complete convincing confidence. It is called hallucination, and every language model does it. For anything that matters, medical information, legal details, financial data, specific facts, verify with primary source always. All right, so we are in the home stretch. Here are the 6 prompt templates you can copy, paste, and use immediately. Template 1 is summarize anything. So summarize the following 5 bullet points. Template 2, write an email. Write a formal email to dash dash description asking what you need. Keep it under 80 words. No filter phrases. Template 3, explain any topic. Template 4, improve your writing. Template 5, brainstorm ideas. Generate 10 specific ideas for dash dash thing. My target audience is this. And template 6, debug code. And you can screenshot this slide or pause here, save this. These are the 6 templates alone are worth the full length of this particular video. So here's your challenge, not next week, today. Challenge 1 is you can open your Claude right now, use the golden formula on a real task you have today, pick something you actually need to get it done, and add a role. a specific task, your real context, and a format. See what comes back. Challenge 2, do this 3 times this week, not once, 3 times across 3 different use cases, writing, summarizing, coding strategy. Pick the ones that apply to your work. Notice how much faster things get done. Notice the quality. Challenge 3, share your best result. Screenshot the output that genuinely impresses you. Share it with a colleague, a friend, and someone who would benefit from seeing it. Inspire one more person to use this tool properly. And here's the thing I want you to carry with you from this video. The person who are winning with AI right now aren't necessarily smarter, more technical, or more creative than you. They are just ask better questions. They give you more context. They treat the conversation as a collaboration instead of a vending machine. That's a learnable skill, and you just learn it. If this video helped you out, please hit the like button. It's the single best thing you can do to help this channel reach more people who need it. Subscribe if you want more videos on working smart with AI every week, and drop a comment. What is your first thing you're going to use Claude for with your new prompting skills? And I read and reply to every single comment. Thanks for watching. Go build something great, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you and happy learning, guys.